This is a 1 in a billion chance to get the two. We can get both Iginla brothers. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine? 2027 comes around and it's Tij and Joe. You look at how cool it is. The Hughes brothers are in New Jersey and they have no tie to that team. Imagine the Iggy Bros. Imagine the new arena. We got the Iggy Bros. We signed Cale Makar in the summer of 2027. The vibes would be so immaculate. Sometimes we just have to remember that being a fan is about having fun, and this would be really fun.
Gee, is it?
It would be an absolute travesty if the Flames passed on Tij Iginla because some bullshit about we just don't want to look like we're picking him because of his name. It would be a travesty if Tij turns into a solid NHL player or even a star and we pass on him. We'd look back on that and just be like, that's such a mistake.
What would be worse? Passing on Tij and he becomes a stud, or going for Tij and he doesn't become a stud?
Yeah, the former is worse.
Oh, that's dreamland on Saturday night. Iginla Bros, new rink, Cale Makar in free agency. Connie, hire these guys.
They were up late. Holy smack.
Yeah,
I like it, though. That would be awesome.
Well hydrated for that show. I'm hoping for the fellas, Mike and Jordan there. It's going to be interesting because Tij is not going in the top 8 in most mock drafts, but he's continuing to heat up and have a great draft season. He scored again last night, another 3-point game, I believe. We'll get to it in a moment. And there are the Flames. There's your inverse standings, Retro. That red line is the top 5. Arizona's on a bit of a heater. Now Montreal's squeaked into a top 5 slot. Ottawa 1 point ahead of the Flames. Now the tragedy is the Flames have a game in hand here, so you're going to be very careful with that game in hand. But I'm telling you, this is a good player coming to the Calgary Flames, whether that's one of 5 very good defensemen we expect to go in the top 10, whether that's one of 2 or 3 centermen we expect to go in the top 10, one of a couple dynamic, huge wingers. And is it too early for Tij? That's a question that Craig Conroy and his scouts will have to ask. They make their list. He was asked about it on After Hours with Scott Oak following the Oilers game. Well, how do you approach the possibility of drafting Tij? We just make the list of the players. We put them from best to worst, and top guy on our list we draft. You can't overcomplicate it. You can't get romantic, but they also will have great intel on the human. I feel like they know some people that know him well.
It's good. Yeah. I think they're going to be, I like the idea of it. I get scared looking at the roster and they don't have defensemen. I'm like, ooh.
And a center. They don't have a center either. And he's not a center. Yeah. The greatest need is at center and defense. Now that doesn't mean Tij can't be the best player available. And if he is, I say go get it. But if you're trying to squint and say, he has to be the best guy on the board or it's a mistake. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just has to be that way.
If it lines up and it's the right pick, or maybe or maybe you trade down.
Or maybe you package that Vancouver pick with some other things and get another top 15 pick. Jacob Markstrom this summer. Let's go. Come on. Anyway, there's we'll see. It won't be boring. And you can see where the conversation shifted. The afterburner had nothing to do with the game. The clip.
I did notice
our opening statement was the draft lottery simulator. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.